And next, I would like to invite magnificent number 2, Mr. Robbert from Rutten from Shell, and he will be accompanied by his partner, Michiel van Vlimmeren from Salesforce.
Way too fast, Robert.
Gentlemen, great to see you. Welcome at this stage. Before we start, let me ask Robert, you're one of the CEOs who takes up the gauntlet when it comes to accelerated transformation in a complex environment with a high degree of economic and social relevance. So the first question is, what is the most important business driver for you within Shell?
I wish there was one, Rob, actually. But if I think about business drivers for Shell, I would say that in the next 8 to 10 years, I see 2 mega trends playing out for the relevance for our company. And one is about energy transition, and the other one is around digitalization. Yeah? And I think both trends will have a profound impact on our company, and our business models, our products, our industry, and probably at society at large. Yeah? There was a recent publication of the International Energy Agency that actually said that 50% of the CO2 emission reduction that we collectively need to achieve by 2050 have to come from new technologies. And technologies that are currently in demonstration or proof of concept phase or they don't even exist today. And it just shows that for a company like Shell to have relentless focus on innovation and make sure that we bring those technologies to the market timely is very important.
Right. Yep. And in this perspective, what is your role then?
It's a great question, and it's a question I often get asked in terms of the changing role of the CIO. And first of all, I would say, if a company is serious about business transformation, there needs to be deep alignment on the senior business leadership table, including the role of the CIO. Secondly, I would say that the CIO increasingly is a business transformation leader. Yeah? The CIO is often best placed to actually point out complexities in the business, data fragmentation, process complexities. And a lot of that actually comes down for us taking the accountability and the courage to step up and take the business by the hand in terms of driving transformation.
So you feel much more a business leader than an IT leader or tech leader, so to speak?
Well, it's not easy. Yeah? And I've probably got the scars to show for in terms of actually ability to step up and every now and then get it wrong. But this is no longer about just inspiring the business about new technologies and the capabilities that it can bring. It's about full process data system and really making sure that we take ownership around the orchestration of transformation. That's I think, very important.
Robert, you have such big, bold moves to play out. And we saw this morning, there's a big risk that everybody's then still busy with their day-to-day job, optimizing, incrementally improvement. How do you and your partners prevent that from happening?
Yeah, I actually think one of the biggest and greatest opportunities that we have to accelerate on the transformation journey is through our partners. And I think actually Salesforce is a great example of that. And it requires a company like Shell to think differently about the partnering model. This is no longer about the next statement of work or the next scope that we need to figure out. This is about injecting these partners at the right strategic level to make sure that they can help us to accelerate on our transformation journey. So rethinking that partnership model is absolutely an instrumental part of the change journey.
Can you take that one level deeper? What does that mean in practice? What does your interaction look like?
Well, I think first of all, it requires a company like Shell, and for instance in the partnership with Salesforce, to have deep conviction on our strategic intent. And what I mean with that is that this is not just about the next product or the next technology capability, but what is the problem that we're trying to fix? Because actually we need to be a bit more humble about how we actually best fix this and listen to companies like Salesforce who have a vast set of experience outside the energy industry to get to these resolve quicker. They've got access to capability, they've got access to technology, and if we partner with them at the right level, at the right time of our strategic resolve, we can have such an acceleration of our change journey.
Great. Before I will ask you a question, Michiel, let's have a visual there to underline this story. So, Michiel, what role does Salesforce play?
Well, actually, I think it's several, and Robert already touched on it. But I think if you look at what we're doing today, I think across the business lines, we help and we support growing in efficiency. And we do that by providing an integrated CRM platform around service and sales and marketing. But I think what's more important is that we build those joint solutions going forward. And I think we have quite a few great examples, some of them even award-winning, right? With Jiffy Loop and MP2 and with New Energy in EMEA. And so quite a few, I would say. So I'm also very happy and actually proud to be able to be part of this transformation now in Shell sectors and decarbonization.
Right.
Michiel, the way Robert describes it, you describe it, it sounds like Salesforce is evolving to a full consulting partner. Can you tell a bit about that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I mean, if you look at our values, innovation and customer success are two of the most important values of Salesforce. And if you look at today's business climate, I think those are really cornerstones in being successful in business. So it's not only about technology. Of course, technology needs to be there, but then in the end, it's also about mindset, it's about people. And that's also the reason why we use this framework around transformations to not only focus on the technology, but especially also focus on the use of technology and to make sure it brings the value that we jointly are looking for within the organization.
And how will this develop further in this case, Robert?
I think the maturity of the relationship will start to shine through in terms of our ability to pick up pace in the transformation. I think we were just talking about, what would be criteria for success, and I think one of the things I said is that if we can get teams like, Salesforce to almost be product agnostic in our conversations, to think about strategic resolve, or actually say no to certain demand because they understand it doesn't fit our strategic agenda, I think those will be great sort of points of success that shows that the maturity of the relationship is getting to the level where I think we need to take it.
Right. And if you would, in terms of package that back to the audience, your peers, what should they do, what should they don't do? What is your golden bullet for today?
I would definitely, well, I think two things I would probably say. First of all, the changing role of the CIO to be the business transformational leader and have the courage to step up and take the business by the hand is essential, I think, in today's world to make sure we make the leap to where we need to get to. At least it will be essential for my business. So be courageous and step up. The second thing I would say is look at your partnership models. Where are you happy in terms of the strategic conversation that you're having? Where are you moving away from the next statement of work by actually thinking strategically of what problem you're trying to resolve rather than what product you're trying to buy? I think that will be my 2 points of coaching.
And for you, Michiel, I guess it's the end of an area of time that you're called just the CRM guys.
I think so. I hope by now it's clear to everyone that there's more to CRM than just sales or service. I mean, it's about making sure that you are the partner, building the joint solutions, coming from putting the customer in the center of everything that we do. And I think that if you look at the solutions that we drive, that's exactly what we're doing.
It was great to have you here on stage. We had that fine discussion in terms of what happens behind the scene will stay behind the scene. But I was very proud that you were here on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Robbert van Rutten and Michiel van Vlimmeren.